Jeff's new minimalist workout is great, but could it be better? In this video, I'm going to show you the exact changes that you could make to get more gains in roughly the same amount of time, or even less. Here it is on screen. So Jeff has over 3 mil subs with science-based workout videos. But the problem with Jeff's workout after a week or so is that the volume was a little low, despite working 30 hours a week and a physical job. But although my strength went up, I still felt like I had more to give, and wished that I could see more results sooner. After a few tweaks to the workout, I'm now super excited to share 7 key lessons you need to know to take your minimalistic training program to the next level. And at the end, I'll also include practical changes you can make to further save time without sacrificing results. Okay, so starting with dumbbells being a big time saver compared to barbells. And this may be obvious, but you do skip on having to unload and load weights when using dumbbells. But if you're like me and you want to work out at home, saving travel time, then consider investing in a barbell and about 200 pounds of weights, because that's been one of the best purchases I've made. But if you really want to save on resources and perhaps space, then use what you have, and as long as that doesn't stop you from getting to your goals. And who doesn't want more time to work on their passion projects, as well as the book you've been meaning to read about making more money? And if that's a big fat yes to wanting more time in your life, and you also like big biceps, then you're gonna love this next one, and that's myo reps. And even as an ex-personal trainer, having been in the gym for the past 10 years, this was still somehow completely new to me. So myo reps are typically used at the end of an exercise, like for example, bicep curls, where you go to failure on your last set, rest for 3 to 4 seconds, do 4 reps, rest for another 3 to 4 seconds, and then do another 4 reps, and repeat until you can't do any more. And according to Jeff, this way you get a lot more high tension reps in a short period of time, where only the reps near the very end of a set become maximally hypertrophic. Which means by doing myo reps, you're essentially cutting out the fluff and cutting straight to the effective reps. But this alone is not gonna cut it, because the next one is often overlooked. And any extra time shaved off your workout while keeping the results the same is priceless, if you ask me. And if you're like me, you often forget that these are even a thing. Drop sets. Just like you forget your anniversary date. And I still don't remember mine. And unlike myo reps where you keep the same weight throughout, instead with drop sets, you perform your final set to failure. Drop the weight by 30 to 40%, rest for about 30 to 60 seconds, rep it out until failure, drop the weight again, and repeat. And usually I'll perform about 1 to 3 drop sets, making sure that I maximize the hypertrophic benefits. But with that said, it's never all good, and there's an underlying dark side to all of this. And it's true if you're trying to hit failure, then you consider getting a spotter. But it doesn't stop there, unless you decide to stop 1 to 2 reps before failure. It's all you, bro. But with drop sets, it's always best to listen to your body before taking on that kind of stress again. But with that said, I highly suggest you incorporate drop sets into your workout regardless, at least once a week. And speaking of maximizing results, Jeff was telling me about this insane statistic where a new 2022 study from Mayo and colleagues found that overhead tricep extensions resulted in about 40% more hypertrophy compared to regular press downs, even when volume matched. And that's a pretty significant difference, so you may be losing out. But since you're watching, you now have the key to getting ahead of the game. And if you're just like me and you wish you knew this sooner, then it's actually not too late, because this next one is a banger according to all true minimalists, because it ticks all the boxes. Where it hits 3 muscle groups, including your chest, your shoulders, and your triceps. Kind of like a threesome for your muscles. Hey, snap out of it. I'm talking about the close grip incline bench press. I'm not sure what you're thinking about. And just like the 80-20 rule you might have heard, where 80% of your results comes from just 20% of your actions, which basically means that 1/5 of what you do gets you 80% of the results you see. So if you're having to squeeze your workouts into 2 to 3 sessions a week, then I highly recommend you put this into your workout program to save time while maximizing gains. And funnily enough, while we're on the topic of doing less for more, I never thought this day would come, but I've never been a fan of half or even 3/4 reps, because I've always been a good form Nazi. Like when doing the Romanian deadlift, Jeff was like, don't lock out at the top so you can keep the tension in your hamstrings, brother. However, if you want to activate the glutes a bit more, you can lock the hips at the top, squeezing your glutes together. But he makes a good point, because you can then apply this to other exercises like shoulder press, for example, where you stop just before lockout, keeping the tension on your shoulders. And because you increase the time under tension, you end up unlocking greater results. And this is something that you'd want to consider if you want to look like Jeff except taller. Just kidding. I'm short too. And I know all these points are worth sharing and are valid, but this one you want to listen closely to because this is perhaps the biggest time saver as well as gain maximizer, especially if you're working out any less than 4 days a week. And I'm talking about the antagonistic superset. So similar to a regular superset where you're working 2 exercises in a row, except with the antagonistic superset, you're working 2 opposing muscle groups. For example, if you're supersetting the barbell bench press with a barbell row. And this is next level because it allows your chest to rest while you're working your back. Like having unlimited bullets in COD 2. And this just makes single sets look bad because it just cuts out extended periods of rest. Now, although Jeff's minimalistic workout routine is great if you're just starting out, but if you're like me and you're wanting a little more volume, then here's 3 simple changes you can make to see more gains sooner. The first is adding an extra drop set to each exercise, which really only adds about 30 to 60 seconds per exercise. And then if you want, you can add another working set to each exercise, maybe cutting it at 2 or 3 working sets and then having a drop set at the end, which will still be under 45 minutes depending on the workout split that you're going for. Last but not least, I'll let you in on a secret. This here is my workout program. You can copy the exact changes I made to Jeff's workout. And if you work out at the gym, then you can of course use the original exercises while keeping the same number of sets and reps. But keep in mind, you can also apply the 7 key lessons that I talked about in this video to further cut time while maximizing gains, which is why Jeff is a genius. For example, you can take Jeff's original incline Smith press and T-bar row superset and apply that to my workout. As with the days, you can split it up in several different ways as Jeff explained in his video. Like if you wanted 3 days per week, you can do a full body day for day 1 and then split the next 2 days into push and pull or upper and lower, and then set the number of reps and drop sets to suit your ideal workout length. So as I've mentioned in my last 2 videos, I'll be putting this to the test for 30 days. And that video will be up soon, so make sure you subscribe. As for now, you can enjoy this video here where I talked about all the exercises you see in my program where I explain them in detail. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give me a thumbs up, and until next time.